my guess is not only the country's greatest statesman, but the greatest entrepreneur, Donald Trump. Donald, how are you?
What a nice introduction. I could listen to that all day, Bill.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm doing terrific. You know,
Great.
it's been 5 years of Obama's policy, 75,000 jobs in December, 3 years, and we have 374,000 people drop out, as you know. 91 million dropped out totally. I mean, things,
Right.
but he says things are fine. We're expanding. Our economy's coming through, and yet another emergency extension of unemployment. What's wrong? What's wrong with him as a job creator? Your thoughts?
Well, the one number was the worst in 36 years, which is a frightening number. That's
Right.
people not wanting to work or not going back to work and just giving up in terms of the job factor. And it is incredible when you looked at that number. You know, when you hear the worst in 36 or 37 years, that's some number. But there's just no incentive. You know, it's not the same country. It doesn't seem that, I don't know, maybe the incentive was taken away from people. Maybe their attitude is different. Certainly it's a lot different than the good old days. There's no question about that.
Well, incentive, that's a good point. I was at Home Depot over the weekend, and I know one of the managers, I said, how are things going? He said, we can't get help because it was loaded. Nobody's at the cash register. Like 5 lanes, only 2 people. I said, what's going on? He said, we bring people here, and they say they can make more money on unemployment.
Well, it's a factor. And, you know, the sad part from a humanitarian standpoint, Phil, I know you feel this way too, it's terrible because there are people that are out there looking for jobs and they can't get them. But you have a lot of the people that really are scamming the system. And it's a total and complete scam. And it's what's causing the problem. And you don't have a lot of jobs available. You certainly don't have a lot of good jobs available. But it is a scam by many people. The sad part is the good people that really are out there looking and want to work, they're getting caught in it. So it's a very tough situation for the country.
And Obama's new focus is on this income inequality. What's your take on it? I say he caused it, but I want your take.
Well, it's popularist. It's something where he's talking about, you know, the fact that everybody should, I mean, it was up to him perhaps, everybody should have the exact same income, and you'll see the country go to hell in a handbasket very quickly. So it's probably popular by a certain degree, and it's for what I guess he has to say it, because nothing else is going right. You look at Obamacare, a total disaster. But that's in a way income equality also, if you think about it. But you look at what's going on with Obamacare, this is one of the great disasters that we've had. And I think, you know, and I've been saying it for a year and a half, it's going to fall of its own weight. People are being thrown out of their plans. They're being told they can't have their doctors. So many bad things are happening to so many people that as they sign people up, they're losing more people. And the people they sign up, by the way, are not the people they anticipated signing.
And there's another wave coming that everybody seems to forget about with small businesses. And how is that affecting your business?
Well, you know, I take very good care of my people, and I've always felt very strongly about that. But you don't have a lot of businesses that are really in that position. It's really affecting a lot of businesses very badly. And my business is certainly more expensive, and I fully understand that. And fortunately, I'm in a position where I'm able to do that. But you have so many businesses where it's, you know, they're just not able to do it. They're going to be closing their doors. And I have friends that have businesses that are not great businesses, that are, you know, pretty tight. And they're unable to pay. They're unable to do what they're asking to be done. And, you know, almost more importantly, you have so many people that had plans that they loved, that they could afford. And now they have plans that are horror shows, if they even could get a plan, that are total horror shows that they can't afford. And you look at the deductibles where they're going up 7 and 8 and 10 times higher than before. That's not insurance. So they talk about affordable care. It's unaffordable care. It's really a problem for this country.
And let's see, with the last couple minutes we have, let's talk about real estate. The high end seems to be doing terrific. The low end with FHA, but it seems like the middle is really having a tough go of it. But let's start with the high end. I know you're in New York. That's a fabulous market, but let's talk about that.
Well, the high end in New York has been strong. The high end in Miami, I mean, Miami has been amazing. I have Doral in Miami, and it's called now Trump National Doral, and I'm rebuilding it. I'm spending $250 million, and we're going to have the greatest resort in the country. Now, Miami's strong because people are coming from Latin America, from South America, to be there. and that's what creates such, incredible numbers in Miami. Miami's doing great. New York is doing well on the high end, but you go outside of the city, it's doing very, very poorly.
What's your take on when Blackstone and the rest of these hedge funds came out, about 5 of them, they bought all these houses, 10,000, 20,000 houses at a time to rent. What's the effect of that?
Well, the effect could be positive. We're going to see. I mean, they went out and they bought at tremendous discounts, but they got to get them off their books. And, the one thing good about the hedge funds is they want to get them out fairly quickly.
Right.
But they bought them in bulk. They bought large numbers of them. And, the one thing with real estate, you got to maintain it. So it's not that easy. Even though they bought them at good prices, by the time you maintain them and secure them and make sure the refrigerators aren't stolen and the pipes aren't, the copper piping and tubing isn't taken out of the house, they've got to be careful. So they have to get them out. I think ultimately it has a chance to be a good thing.
Well, Donald, listen, we really thank you for coming aboard. You're always good to us. We really appreciate it. And let's do this again.
Well, I enjoy it, Phil, and you take care of yourself. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good fight, Phil.
We will. Thank you, Donald.
It's not easy.
I know.
Have a good time.
All right. Thank you very much.